Hello everyone, welcome to my Teen Mom News channel. In today's video, you'll learn something you've never heard before, so don't skip a second and keep an eye on our channel. Please go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and give this video a like up, to get all the hottest updates, hottest moments, and hottest news from the Teen Mom world all in one place. Teen Mom fans are very well aware of Catelynn Lowell and Tyler's agony. They gave up their first daughter, Carly, for adoption. The couple were mere teens when they first appeared on 16 and Pregnant. They did not have enough resources to bring up a child, so they gave her up for adoption. Cate and Tyler opted for an open adoption that allowed them to have contact with their daughter. However, a few years back, Carly's adoptive parents blocked them. During that time, Cate constantly bashed Carly's adoptive parents on her social media. Brandon and Teresa Davis adopted the star kid when she was a baby. To a point, Carly met them frequently and even attended their wedding. Cate and Tyler's daughter, Nova, even misses her sister and yearns for her. Now, Carly broke her silence about Brandon and Teresa Davis and why she bashed them online. Teen Mom, Catelynn and Tyler hard launched their podcast, Cate and Ty Break It Down. Teen Mom stars Catelynn and Tyler have decided to start their own deeply personal podcast journey. They have launched their own podcast titled Cate and Ty Break It Down, a platform where they can share intimate details of their parenting journey. The couple will also talk about their emotional journey of giving up a child for adoption. Tyler further shared that the podcast will be available on Apple, Spotify, Amazon, and iHeart. They will also have guests on the show and share their stories outside the spotlight. Cate and Tyler want to cover every topic under the sun and be relatable to the audience. The podcast will premiere in February 2025. Teen Mom stars Catelynn Lowell and Tyler Baltira have taken a bold new step in their ongoing reality TV legacy with the official hard launch of their brand new podcast, Cate and Ty Break It Down, a project that instantly generated buzz far beyond the Teen Mom fan community. After years of sharing their personal challenges, parenthood, milestones, trauma, healing, marriages, therapy victories, and the raw reality of growing up on television in front of millions, the couple is now reclaiming their own narrative in a format they control completely, giving longtime viewers and new audiences the chance to hear their story with honesty, humor, and emotional transparency in their own voices without network editing, time constraints, or producers shaping the final version of events. For many fans who have followed the pair since their earliest Teen Mom episodes, the podcast represents a full-circle moment, a transition from reality stars into mature, reflective storytellers who are no longer just sharing their lives on camera but choosing how their story is told and interpreted. Cate and Ty Break It Down arrives at a time when celebrities, influencers, and television personalities are using podcasts as powerful platforms to offer deeper commentary and insight into their lives, and Catelynn and Tyler are perfectly positioned to thrive in that space. For years their fans have not only watched their triumphs and heartbreaks unfold but also engaged in intense discussions online analyzing their decisions, mental health journeys, relationship struggles, parenting choices, and ongoing healing from childhood trauma and their emotional adoption storyline, which has remained one of the most impactful arcs in the history of Teen Mom as a franchise. Viewers have always wanted more details, more explanation, more context than what a 42-minute episode could provide, and now the podcast promises exactly that, unfiltered conversation from two people who have lived through some of the franchise's most emotional and memorable moments and who are ready to talk about them openly without scripts, without edits, and without outside voices determining what should or should not be shown. The launch of the podcast also symbolizes an evolution in the Teen Mom universe itself. Over the years, fans have seen cast members occasionally address drama or clear up misunderstandings through social media posts or brief responses on reunion episodes, but Cate and Ty Break It Down gives its hosts a new level of independence, creative control, professional growth, and empowerment. Instead of reacting to how a story is portrayed after it airs, they now have a permanent space to speak first, dive deeper, protect their truth, and communicate directly with the people who care about their journey. For audiences who feel invested after more than a decade of watching the couple grow up, face mental health challenges, support each other through therapy, move through marital highs and lows, and expand their family, the podcast format creates a more intimate relationship with Catelynn and Tyler than television ever could. Early episode teasers reveal that nothing is off the table. The couple is expected to revisit defining experiences such as placing their first daughter Carly for adoption at 16, navigating postpartum depression, dealing with the emotional backlash of online criticism, surviving periods of estrangement from family members, confronting generational trauma head-on, working through marriage strain and therapy on camera, raising a family as young parents in the public eye, and eventually building a healthier life grounded in communication, emotional intelligence, and resilience. They have spoken openly in the past about their mental health struggles, including Catelynn's inpatient treatment, Tyler's own emotional battles, and the pressure of being scrutinized by millions while simultaneously trying to grow up and build a family. Their willingness to discuss these issues has made them relatable to audiences who see not just reality stars but individuals fighting for stability, self-awareness, and healing. In addition to revisiting their past, the podcast gives the pair the opportunity to cover current events in their lives, behind-the-scenes stories that never aired, parenting challenges happening right now, updates on their kids, reactions to Teen Mom episodes, commentary on the editing and production process, and perspectives that were previously filtered through the lens of a television storyline. Viewers who debate whether certain scenes were shown fairly or whether moments were exaggerated for drama can now hear directly from the people involved. This shift is significant because Catelynn and Tyler have always been among the most self-aware stars on the franchise, often speaking openly about how television exposure shaped their identity, how public opinion affected their marriage, and how they struggled with balancing authenticity and privacy while living inside a massively successful reality show. The podcast format also reinforces their professional partnership, which has been a defining element of their relationship since the beginning. Many Teen Mom fans admire not only their romantic bond but also their ability to function as a team, working through crises together instead of retreating from each other in difficult seasons of life. Over the years, they have demonstrated that growth requires honesty, accountability, therapy, and the willingness to confront uncomfortable truths rather than running from them. Those lessons are likely to become a recurring theme in their episodes, and fans who have learned from the couple or drawn strength from their emotional transparency may find even deeper encouragement in this new audio format. Comedy and playfulness will also be a major part of Cate and Ty Break It Down. While the couple has experienced serious challenges, fans know they also share a dynamic sense of humor and the ability to laugh at themselves, their mistakes, their awkward teenage past, and the absurdity that sometimes comes with being reality television pioneers. Their playful banter, sarcasm, inside jokes, and natural chemistry make them compelling both individually and together, and these elements will likely become a strong hook for listeners seeking not just emotional insight but also entertainment. Industry analysts are already predicting strong performance for the show within the celebrity podcast space because Catelynn and Tyler have something many public figures struggle to create: long-term trust built from years of vulnerability in front of an audience. Their followers have watched them at rock bottom, celebrated with them during victories, and witnessed their transformation from teenagers without emotional support systems to adults advocating for therapy, trauma healing, and breaking toxic cycles for their children. The authenticity that has defined their story gives their podcast a sense of legitimacy and depth that cannot be manufactured overnight. Whether listeners agree with every decision the couple has made or not, millions recognize the emotional labor they have done to change their lives, and that shared history is powerful. Beyond the emotional and therapeutic themes, the podcast also signals a smart business move. The media landscape has changed dramatically since Teen Mom debuted, and reality stars are no longer confined to the platforms that made them famous. Social media, YouTube, podcasting, and digital streaming provide more ownership, financial opportunities, creative autonomy, and direct audience engagement than traditional cable ever could. With Cate and Ty Break It Down, the couple joins a wave of reality personalities leveraging long-established fan bases into independent media brands that they own rather than simply participate in. For two people who have spent much of their adulthood being shaped by a television narrative, This type of autonomy is not only empowering but strategic for long-term career growth. Fans online have already reacted with excitement, expressing anticipation for episodes that revisit old teen mom moments from the perspective of two adults who now have the emotional maturity, distance, and life experience to analyze what happened with wisdom rather than teenage survival instincts. Some fans have openly said they hope the podcast will explore the adoption storyline with a level of nuance television never had time to offer, covering topics such as the emotional aftermath, the complexity of open adoption communication, the pressure of making such a life-changing decision on television, and how they feel today as parents of multiple children while maintaining a relationship with their first daughter from a distance. Others hope the pair will talk about the reality of marriage strain under public scrutiny, and how therapy helped them learn that conflict, if handled with respect and honesty, can lead to deeper connection instead of destruction. There is also potential for the podcast to expand into interviews with other Teen Mom cast members, behind-the-scenes production staff, mental health experts, adoption advocates, childhood trauma specialists, and even fans whose lives have been touched by their story. Such episodes could transform the podcast from a personal project into a thoughtful media platform exploring some of the most important issues modern families face: how generational trauma shapes parenting, how young adults navigate life after childhood instability, how couples rebuild trust after damaging patterns, how children absorb the emotional environment around them, how postpartum depression affects families, and how young parents can build healthier futures than the ones they inherited. While Cate and Ty Break It Down will undoubtedly deliver emotional depth and serious conversation, it is equally likely to embrace the fun side of storytelling. The two have decades of behind-the-scenes memories, reality TV mishaps, early filming chaos, and stories that never made it into episodes. Fans can likely expect candid confessions about awkward teenage moments, producers' reactions to dramatic scenes, what it feels like to rewatch old episodes years later, and how their kids react to seeing their parents' teenage lives preserved on screen for the world to view forever. These lighter moments could make the podcast not just healing for listeners, but also genuinely entertaining in a way that balances vulnerability with laughter. As the podcast builds momentum, it may also change how Teen Mom is perceived as a franchise. For years, audiences have debated the ethical complexities of filming young parents in crisis and whether reality television helps or harms cast members in the long run. Because Catelynn and Tyler have consistently treated therapy, communication, and emotional growth as core parts of their storyline, their podcast could serve as an example of how reality television figures can reclaim their image, own their voice, rewrite the narrative, and turn their personal history into something educational, meaningful, and empowering. Their story demonstrates that sharing your life on television does not have to end with being defined solely by your lowest moments. With reflection, healing, and maturity, public pasts can become tools for awareness, advocacy, and personal liberation. The anticipation surrounding the podcast is a tribute to the impact Catelynn and Tyler have had on a generation of viewers who watched the Teen Mom franchise not just for entertainment, but because they saw real people attempting to build stable families while breaking cycles of instability and emotional harm. Many viewers who began as teenagers themselves are now adults, parents, professionals, and individuals navigating their own complex emotional journeys. Cate and Ty Break It Down is launching into an audience that has grown alongside them, making the podcast not just a new show but a continuation of a shared cultural experience that has lasted more than 15 years. As their first episodes roll out, audiences will finally have the chance to hear their story straight from the voices that lived it, unfiltered and unedited. Whether listeners tune in for healing, nostalgia, curiosity, humor, or emotional resonance, Cate and Ty Break It Down marks a new era for two people who transformed from teenagers on reality television into adults who understand the importance of self-awareness, hard conversation, self-accountability, compassion, and second chances. It is the latest chapter in a story viewers already know well, yet it promises to reveal new layers, new lessons, and new truths that only Catelynn and Tyler can tell. Teen Mom, Catelynn reveals why she bashed Carly's adoptive parents online. Catelynn and Tyler's daughter, Carly, lived a happy life with both sets of parents. Brandon and Teresa Davis allowed her to meet her birth parents regularly, but suddenly, they blocked Cate and Tyler. Carly's adoptive parents did not give any reason before blocking. After the incident, Kate went berserk. She shared photos of her daughters to keep Carly in the loop. Catelynn shared regular rant stories and posts on Instagram. Fans told her to simmer down, as Carly would see all this one day. Now, Kate broke her silence on why she harassed Carly's adoptive parents so much. The Teen Mom star shared that Carly always wanted to meet her real parents before Brandon and Teresa Davis blocked them. She asked them why they couldn't go on a trip and spend more time together. Kate further added that Carly wanted to meet them, which is why she tried her best to reach out. If Brandon and Teresa told her once that Carly did not want to meet them, she would have respected her boundaries. There is nothing above her daughter's happiness, and she would have respected her choices. They should have called her once, and she would have acted accordingly, but they did not do that. Fans requested Kate tone down and not share everything on social media. Carly would grow up one day and see everything. One fan added, "Kate, you are harassing them. Stop." Many even felt this was bad for Carly's other daughters. Keep coming back to TV season and spoilers for all the latest reality updates. If you liked today's update, please like and share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to our Teen Mom News channel so that you don't miss any new updates. If you are interested in any specific news or information, please let us know in the comments. We will try to provide the right information according to your needs. Stay tuned for the next update and take care of yourself. Thank you.